Now we have to add the code of create customer. We got all the data in customer T and we need to add it to that array of structures. Here we need to add it. Now adding this customer is the same problem as adding an integer in a list of integers. So it is very simple. You go to the last slot, add it. So we will write the code the same way. You know, structures can also be assigned, and so it's quite easy. Code will be almost like as if I'm adding an integer at the end. So I can write cust list num list. That's my, it's free till num list -1. Num list is free. So I can say at that moment assign this entire structure. So this is struct assignment and it works. And then I can simply say num list ++. I can add a comment add at end, and I can add another comment tbd check for array being full. If that array is full, then I should not exceed the memory and I should not make memory errors. Let's now add the driver logic. The driver logic is going to read it from the user. So now I need to take things from the user. So I will ask the user, I will say printf. I will not do 4 printf and 4 scanf. It's too clumsy. I will say enter ID, name, age, address. Okay, we need to pass these things in a structure. So I will create a customer T structure record. We will have a customer T structure, customer T cust. I will still do the scanf just the same, but I will say cust.id because into the cust.id I am reading. So I have done the scanf, and then I will call the function create underscore cust. All this just to keep the prototype simple, one value. And of course there is a ret unable to add customer added successfully. So I will say tbd allow spaces in name and address. If needed, use fgetS. Don't use getS. Let me see the man page. Here is the man page. FgetS s size fp line max line length and std in. GetS is very dangerous because if you look at getS, it doesn't have any length, max length, and if the user enters 1024 characters, most likely he will make your process crash. The man page starts with this advice: never use this function. So this scanf is not the solution. The solution is scanf %d fgetS, scanf %d fgetS. Because name and address, they are like many spaces in the middle, so I recommend you read them using fgetS. You take the whole thing as a line. Create cust we have not added in the header file, so let me add that. I copy, I switch window, I paste. In customer.h, customer underscore t was not defined. Now it compiles cleanly. So we are able to add a record also. We saw that it is as easy as dealing with the array of integers because struct A assigned struct B works. I need not do even item by item copy. I can simply copy the structure. Notice it is working only because the structure is having char arrays. If it were having char pointers, then that shallow copy and deep copy comes into play. And we look at other things. Search is so easy that we don't talk about it. Let's talk about delete. Delete has some complexity. The point is that let's say you are deleting, you basically first search for that entity. Assume you found that entity, and let's say that entity is lying here in this slot. How do you delete it? One option is that you delete it and you shift all the data left one step. That's option 1. It is workable, but too many structures are there and then you are shifting it. So that's option number 1. There is another option, option number 2. What it says is that you are deleting and you got it in the middle. You delete it just the same. Assume the last record in the array was filled at this level. You simply copy this last record here. You don't shift all the data because order doesn't matter for me. Efficiency wise, option 2 is better. Ease wise also option 2 is better because all you have to do is one struct assignment, and you know that you can do structure assignment just like that. So I will simply say search the record, copy the last record at the now vacant slot, right, where you found that thing, and decrement num.